Hi guys, welcome back. This is lesson 2.5, literal equations, and this one is video 2. So we just paused and let you practice a couple of solving equations. And this example, we're looking at a word problem. So let's kind of read through it, figure out what it's asking for, and then go through the step-by-step process. And I just want to take a second right here and say, this is my first set of videos I've made, and all these tools are new to me. So I am kind of struggling a little bit, trying to make sure I can use these tools correctly. So if you can just be patient with me as I kind of learn how this process goes, okay? So as we read this example, it says the cost in dollars of a single-story home can be approximated using a formula. This formula is C is equal to K times L times W, or KLW. Now the L is the approximate length of the home and the W is the approximate width of the home. What they're asking us is to find the units for the coefficient K. And then it tells us to assume that the home is measured in feet. Now, when I see a word problem, what I do is I read through it quickly and I look at the last sentence. And that last sentence right there, I'll highlight that. It generally tells us what we're going to be doing. So once I read that, I go back and I look at my problem and reread it so I can pick out what's important. So it says the cost in dollars of a single home can be approximated by this formula. So I'm going to highlight this formula. It's going to be important as we go through. It tells me what each part of the formula is. It tells me that the L is the length and that the W is the width. So now I'm going to take and I'm going to write down this formula because I think it's going to be important as we go through. So I'll go here and change my color to blue, maybe. There we go. So we have C is equal to K, L, and W. We want the units for K. That means we want to get this K by itself so we can figure out what unit of measure it would be measured in. So there are two things with the K that we need to get rid of. There's an L and there's a W. So you ask yourself, what operation is happening? Both of them are multiplication. The inverse of multiplication is division. So what we're going to do is divide to get rid of those. We're going to divide by an L and a W so that they will cancel out. But if you do it to one side, you have to keep it balanced by doing it to the other side. Now, L divided by L, that's 1. W divided by W, that's 1. So we're left with a K over here by itself. All we're doing is just cleaning up this formula. We're rewriting exactly what we see. So we have C over LW is what K is equal to. Now, we've got K by itself, but what is asked for up here is its units. That means, what is it measured in? How would, like when we talk about it, what unit of measure are we going to say? For example, if we were talking about length, we would say it was feet. If we were talking about the width, we would say that was feet. If we were talking about the area of the home, you would call that feet squared. So that's what I'm talking about when I say units of measure. Excuse me. Now, cost. Cost is money. So what is money measured in? Money, we use the dollar sign for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here and I'm going to take and I'm going to replace the C with the unit of measure, which was dollars. So we'll use dollar sign for that. We're going to replace that C with a dollar sign. Now, it told me that length was measured in feet. So I'm going to replace that length with the symbol of a foot. And then the width is also measured in feet. So I'm going to use feet there. Now, what I'm going to be using is the units of measure. So instead of writing the C, we're going to talk about that the K will be measured in dollars per, the division line, we normally say per, dollars per, and we've got feet times feet. That is feet squared. So what unit of measure would we use to describe this? We would say dollars per square foot, and that would be our answer. Now, as we go through here, I think on this one, there's no you tries. So we're going to start straight into the practice. Make sure you complete all your practice and check your work. Make sure you're asking questions on what you need help on, and be ready to do well on your mastery check. Hope you have a great evening.